Good morning, happy Friday, Incarnate Word. Welcome to another edition of the Weekend Roundup with your Incarnate Word with your Incarnate Word clergy, Father Schrader and Father Schneier. It's been a Sacramental week.
Yeah.
It's been a Sacramental week, one could say.
Yeah, I don't know if it's drinking from a fire hose, if it's being waterboarded with God's grace. I feel kind of like a little bit of both.
Yeah.
You know. But yes, so we had First Communion last Saturday, and that was wonderful, sweet and cute. The kids
the banners are still up, at least today. I don't know if they're going to be taking them down by the end of the school day today or not, but
that was great.
But
it
was wonderful.
Confirmation
last night had a nice little thunderstorm of the Holy Spirit just kind of shower down upon us, which is great.
It was.
But thank you to everybody who helped organize that, to our catechists, to our parents, to our confirmation sponsors, our musicians who provided their gifts and talents. For all of these events. It's incredibly beautiful to see our parish come together around the sacraments, which is the most important thing we do. The Mass is obviously the source and summit of the Christian life, but after that, it's the rest of the sacraments, and being able to participate in all that together was truly wonderful.
Yes, and then we had the family day.
Yeah, also contributing to the fire hose / waterboarding.
And that was great. We had the balloon animals, some of which have survived.
Some of which have not.
My mom sent me a video, of my nephew destroying his
nice.
Out of love. It wasn't anger or
in a loving Jesus way.
It was. So that was just a great week that I hope we don't have one like it for a while.
But thanks again to our Incarnate Word Acts team and our parish council for helping with that. Just a wonderful event to bring a lot of our people together.
So our men's Acts retreat is sneaking up on us.
Yes.
In a couple weeks. So May 2nd through the 5th at Marianist Retreat Center, and they still have a few slots available. So you get to be around me and Father Schneier. We help with that retreat as well. So if that was something that would help you, sign up.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Annual Catholic Appeal starts this weekend. You can pick up your pledge cards after the weekend masses, except the 6 p.m. mass. You can do that in the Kent Center. It's a wonderful thing that our archdiocese does every year to support the mission of the church here in St. Louis. I've already made my pledge for the year. They always go to the priest first,
don't they? If you've made a pledge before, don't you get something in the mail? You could make your pledge.
They should send you a card. I think I know they do that for us priests.
You don't have to do it twice or anything like that.
But anyway, that starts up this weekend. Thank you to our ACA team for all their hard work on that. And then we also have Feeding Our Neighbors as well, which is this weekend. You can drop off all donated non-perishable food and other items in the bins located in the back of the church lobby.
And then the annual, now it's been 3 or 4 years that we've been doing this, the Deacon Diaper Drive / baby shower. We'll go to Help Birthright in Hillsboro. So you'll see, I think there's like a little baby crib that gets put outside of the Adoration Chapel. So that is not to leave your children.
Don't leave your children there. We are not we're not technically legally one of those safe spaces like the fire stations. But
you can put your diapers
unused
diapers,
stress
in the
unused
package.
In the package, sealed. Sealed containers.
And there's some other items you can donate. Yes. Those will be in the bulletin.
But again, it goes to serve new moms in our area, which is so important, especially with this, the upcoming ballot referendum that's trying to enshrine legal abortion in our state. It's vitally important, that we fight that, number one, don't sign it, but also, to do our part to help mothers in crisis pregnancies. This is one of the ways that we can do that, and it's vitally important to do now. And again, it's the Deacon Diaper Drive. The diapers are not for the deacons. Need to mention that as well.
That's right.
Yes, that's right.
All right. Can't be too clear.
Yes.
The Young Family Holy Hour is this Thursday. I think it's actually a half hour, isn't it?
Yes, Holy Half Hour.
Yeah, Holy Half Hour, April 25th, 6 to 7.
Yep. And Nursery Bible School will be in the multipurpose area, a multipurpose room during 10:30 Mass this Sunday.
And then I have the Mass tomorrow. But
tomorrow, it's a special Mass.
Yeah, it's our normal 8:30 time on Saturday morning, but it's also the Archdiocesan Respect Life Apostolate will be there. They kind of bounce around to different parishes just to keep in our minds, the pro-life efforts of individual parishes, but also continuing the fight. So 8:30 Mass, and then following Mass there will be a rosary. And then there will be a light reception after that.
Yeah, so come on out.
Anyone's welcome.
Anybody's welcome for that, absolutely. And then also, Friday, May 31st is the annual Incarnate Word golf outing. Registration and sponsorship opportunities are available on the parish website. It'll be out at the Landings at Spirit in Chesterfield. Should be a great way to raise money for our school.
Yes, and then we had a whole bevy of
A
baptisms.
whole bevy of baptisms.
Yeah,
That's a new one. Yeah, bevy of baptisms.
I think bevy is usually deals with birds, but the Holy Spirit's a bird.
As like spiritual storks.
Yeah, right. So Joan Elizabeth Orbick, daughter of Nick and Lauren. Blair Christine Heavner, daughter of Logan and Stephanie. Corbin Robert Wilson, son of Corey and Kimberly. I thought they had... No, that's the other Johnson. All right. James Stephen Kazarowski, son of Steve and Marie. Reagan, Lucille, and Lewis William Johnson, son and daughter of David and Ellen. So it was a lot of fun to have all those baptisms.
It's a good rip-roaring good time. And we also want to pray for the repose of the souls of James Schillinger and then Mary Georgia Hodap, wife of Ed Hodap of our parish as well. So I want to pray for them and for their families as well. All right, readings this weekend. It's Good Shepherd Sunday, and World Day of Prayer for Vocations. So I'm going to talk a little bit about vocations to the priesthood, and specifically talk about in the gospel. Christ talks about the good shepherd sort of stays with the sheep and defends them versus the hired man who leaves. And I'm going to talk about one priest in particular who had that charism, that sense of I need to stay with my flock, and it's a man by the name of Father Emile Capon. Which I'll tell a little bit more about him. I don't want to spoil it for you. It's a wonderful story. And then even just to talk about other vocations too, what we're doing, because vocations don't just like spontaneously, combust, but maybe some do, but they don't just spring up out of nowhere. They're not formed in a vacuum, and we need to do our part to form vocations and have a culture of vocations here at our parish. It's vitally necessary. So I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about why we wander. Because I think most people would say, even if you're not a Christian, most people admit like, hey, Jesus was a pretty good guy. And all Christians say like, absolutely, he was God. He was amazing.
Yeah. So an understatement. Yeah, but it's understood.
Yeah, but it's like we all believe that, we would all profess it, and yet we wander. And so I think there's, just give you a quick summary. I think there's 3 reasons we wander. One of 3 reasons. One is we're a psychopath. We actually love evil, and so we go after that.
I'm going to say I'm not.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
And that's pretty rare, but it happens. Some people love evil, and that's why they wander from the shepherd. I think the most common is we think we're going after what's good, and it may be good, but it's not the best. And so that making the good into a god leads us away from the good shepherd. And then the third type, our third reason we wander is that we know we've moved away from God, but we don't yet have the courage or the will to go back to him. And I think that pretty much covers when we're lost as a sheep. It's one of those 3 reasons. And so for us to reflect, because all of us need the good shepherd, and maybe in different parts of our lives we're kind of, at least between 2 of those, kind of going, dealing with that. And so anyway, just a reflection, because I think it's easy sometimes to think I'm a good person and there are some bad people out there, but I'm basically fine, and to reflect more deeply on that good shepherd.
Well, and I think even just the mindset that many people have nowadays of Jesus was just a good person, like that isn't enough to actually move the needle for most people in their lives. Mm-hmm. Like it isn't. And the good shepherd is obviously so much more than that. Following Christ demands a radically new way of living. Period, full stop. It demands a radical new way of living. And we would never embrace a radically new way of living for someone who is just a good person. And the good shepherd is so much more than just a good person. He's the one who died for us and who loves us first, who loves us perfectly, and who loves us always. It's important for us to have that in mind. Like, no, Jesus, he is a good person, but he isn't just that. He's God, and he's a good shepherd, and he demands a radical new way of living for us. So.
And wandering from him is not just sort of like a difference of opinion.
It does us real spiritual harm. Yeah, it's real spiritual harm if we wander away from the flock.
Yeah,
couldn't have said it better myself.
It's always a good. It's always a good Sunday.
Yeah.
There's so much material, and you can only hit on one or 2 things. Yeah. So we'll look forward to seeing you in church.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a wonderful weekend. Hope to see you at Mass. Bring the kids, bring the neighbors, bring everybody. It's important that we're all here worshiping our God in the Eucharist. So anyway, take care. Have a great day. God bless.